In this video, we'll talk about how actor, director, and writer Taylor Sheridan is dominating the TV scene with his Taylorverse. Yes, Taylorverse is a thing, and while it might not be as fancy as the MCU or the DCEU, it's the king of the modern TV world with record-smashing series that's now also ruling the UK charts. Taylor also has numerous other projects related to his universe, and let's find out how they all connect in the bigger picture. First up, where did it all begin? Yes, everyone loves a little origin story, but we won't be getting into where he was born or what was Taylor Sheridan's first role. We'll be talking about the show that made everything happen leading up to the hit show Yellowstone. People knew that there was something special about Taylor when he landed a role in Sons of Anarchy, but little did everyone know that his real talents lay in directing and screenwriting. He wrote Academy Award-nominated Hell or High Water and action thriller Sicario, which secured his place on the list of elite filmmakers. After receiving acclaim in the world of movies, Taylor thought, why not try his hand at television series? And thus, Yellowstone was born. The Montana set drama is one of the most popular shows on the scene today, and it's already 4 seasons in. It was actually Yellowstone that started it all and led Taylor to expand his stories into a proper universe. Everybody already loved the devoted father and the controller of the largest contiguous ranch in the States, so Sheridan went on to give the show a backstory. The 1883 show is actually about the history of the Dutton family, and it changes the game completely for what Taylor has planned next. Yellowstone rose to fame with a critically acclaimed cast and script that simply wowed people. It has run successfully for 4 seasons, with another in the works. But what sets 1883 apart is the stark retelling of what went behind the great Dutton family and how they came to be what they are today. Taylor takes the viewers back to the 19th century, in which we follow John Dutton's ancestors as they went through the Great Plains and tried to make a better life in the promised land that is Montana. Up next, Taylor Sheridan has 8 other TV shows in the pipeline. You heard it right, folks. Taylor Sheridan is on fire with his Taylorverse, and he's got some pretty amazing prequels and sequels lined up to continue the Yellowstone saga. But before the new projects break onto the scene, we have Yellowstone Season 5 slated for November 13th, 2022, and viewers are worried whether this would be the last they'll see of the original Dutton family. Since Sheridan already has over 8 new projects to continue in his universe, the audience thinks that this might be it. But things may have already been decided, because Season 5 will be divided into 2 parts, stretching up to 14 episodes. Parts always mean finality. Anyways, the good news is that the hottest addition to the Yellowstone saga is none other than the highly anticipated Tulsa King. Taylor Sheridan will be bringing one of the biggest Hollywood names to the TV world, and it's none other than Sylvester Stallone. Maybe Sylvester may finally be in a role where he doesn't have to take out a machine gun every now and then, but who knows? Stallone will ease into the role of a notorious East Coast mobster who has been exiled to Oklahoma. Well, mobsters, we spoke too soon, right? The Tulsa King will follow Stallone's journey of re-establishing his organization's presence in the city. As per the usual Taylor portfolio, Stallone will be met with the king of his size, and they will fight to seize power. The best thing is that the show will be airing its first 2 episodes the same day as the release of Yellowstone Season 5, so we're sensing connectivity here. But Taylor is already trying new things, and we should all keep an open mind. Coming up, fans will get an 1883 sequel and Yellowstone prequel. Following Tulsa King will be the much-awaited sequel to 1883 and prequel to Yellowstone, which will be 1923. Taylor Sheridan loves his numerical titles, right? It seems like Taylor is too attached to the Dutton family and will go on to make more shows just to explain how it all started. Well, we all want to know how it started, and 1923 will be a perfect blend to bring the Western aura of 1883 and the current one in Yellowstone together. 1923 will follow the next 2 generations of the Dutton family following the events of 1883. Sheridan will be adding a historical touch to his project, as he has always done, and Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford will be pure fan service to watch on a TV show. The reason why Taylor chose 1923 is that he wanted to record the effects of the Prohibition era. Since Montana became the first state in the Union to repeal Prohibition, it might play an essential role in carving the Dutton history. It'll be a treat for the fans to see how the Duttons marked the Montana frontier and built the largest contiguous cattle ranch in the country. Currently, Sheridan is looking for a December 2022 release date, and it certainly looks like he wants the audience to watch nothing but the Taylorverse. But isn't that how one dominates the TV sphere? Up next, 4 Sixes will be another Yellowstone spin-off. Taylor Sheridan just loves his spin-offs, and why not? It's about time we get universes of less action-packed and CGI-driven genres. As for the Yellowstoneverse, 4 Sixes will be a popular addition, as it's a spin-off series of the present-day Yellowstone and will be set at the titular ranch. 4 Sixes will be focused on the gigantic 4 Sixes Ranch. If Yellowstone fans may remember, it's the same legendary Texas ranch that was the reason why Jimmy turned into a cowboy in Yellowstone Season 4. But the most special thing about this project is Taylor's personal attachment to it. That's because the real 4 Sixes Ranch that covers nearly 225 square miles of land was recently acquired by Taylor Sheridan for a whopping $192 million. Well, he must have thought, why rent a ranch for filming when you can have your own? The famous director and actor will also be starring in the show as Travis, who is the 4-6's liaison to the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. Despite the plot details being a little blurry, we will learn about the history of the 4-6's ranch when the Comanches still ruled it. 4-6's hasn't gotten a release date yet, but fans are already drooling over the place, which turned Jimmy into what he is today. Following that, we'll also be getting 2 high-profile separate projects. If we know one thing about Taylor Sheridan, he's not monotonous. While he's ambitious about his Yellowstone verse, he has also extended his reach to other genres as well. For instance, another one of his upcoming projects includes the Zoe Saldana starrer, Lioness. The Guardians of the Galaxy's green heroine will be seen playing the role of a Marine who the CIA recruits to infiltrate a terrorist group. Yes, we're way off a Texas ranch here, but when you combine action, Zoe, and Taylor, you're bound to get a blockbuster. Zoe will play the role of Joe, who is the chief of the CIA's Lioness engagement team. It'll almost be like Taylor's version of the Black Widow. The project is still in the works and will probably see the light of day either in 2023 or 2024. Coming back to the Texan land, Landman will be Taylor's take on geopolitics, where he will dive deep into the world of oil rig fortune seekers with Billy Bob Thornton, who will play the role of a crisis manager for an oil company. Not exactly your Yellowstone material, but it'll do the job if it follows uncovering how billionaires made their fortune in the oil industry and all the politics behind it. The show will be based on the podcast Boomtown and hasn't had a release date yet. Finally, we'll also be getting an 1883 spin-off. The last addition to the Taylorverse would be the true story of the first black U.S. Marshal to work west of the Mississippi. Taylor Sheridan will be taking a historic nosedive in this one again, as the Bass Reeves will also be an 1883 spin-off. So we'll get to see some Yellowstone references here and there. David Oyelowo will star as the greatest frontier hero in American history who worked in an indigenous American territory. Reeves not only captured over 3,000 outlaws without getting shot, but was also the first black man to serve in the group of 200 marshals during the post-Reconstruction era. Taylor will be directing the first 2 episodes, which will be part of a 6-part miniseries and will also focus on Reeves' family life. This project will represent many things as it comes from an inspirational background, especially when Reeves' real-life events also became the basis for inspiration for Lone Ranger. It's a fictional legendary vigilante character who was later featured in several shows, movies, and even on the radio. Bass Reeves may get a streaming date sometime in 2023. That's a wrap for this video. Which of these Taylor Sheridan projects will you be screaming for? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.